Warning, this is a family-friendly radio. Children of all ages are welcome to participate.
This is my grandpa's geocaching talk show.
This podcast is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Listen to other great podcasts at www.techpodcast.com. Hello geocachers, welcome to episode 1, our very first show as Hiker James After Cache. I know a lot of people out there are wondering what this show is about. Well, everybody has their weekends of geocaching, and everybody has their geocaching during the week. So what I had put together here is that if you had an adventure or a story you wanted to let us play over on the show, an event, or just got together with some friends and discuss some geocaching puzzles or whatever, this would be something interesting for the listeners out there to see what's going on around the world. Now, we have a couple different ways that you can send us your information. One of them is email. Just simply type up an email with your adventure or story or whatever and send that email to Radio Talk Show 2013 at gmail.com. The other way to do this is to go to my website, hikerjamestalkshow.com, and on the right hand side of the page, in the middle of the screen on the right hand side, you'll see a tab that says send message. Now you get 90 seconds of recording time to give us your story or whatever you have to say about geocaching. Now if you run out of time, if you need more than 90 seconds, all you have to do is go ahead and send that message and then open it up to send another message and continue with your story from there. Pretty simple. And what I was wanting to do today is drop in one of the voice messages that we have received from Amber, the Ginger Geocacher. So we're going to just take a short little pause here and let you listen to her story. And also you'll be able to see how well the sound is when you record on this voice message.
Hey, it's the Ginger Geocacher. Last weekend, I went to my first geocaching event. It was hosted by Geocaching Headquarters, which was awesome. It was at the GPS Adventures Maze in Huntsville, Alabama. It was a launch event for it. I actually got to meet Miss Jen, one of the lackeys, and a bunch of other geocachers, and I was recognized by a bunch of geocachers who watched my videos, and it was awesome. It was so much fun. There was 15 lab caches, so it was a load of fun. Yeah. Maybe I'll be calling in the next couple of weeks. Catch you later.
All right, thanks Amber for the call-in message, and we hope you enjoyed yourself. I know that we'll be hearing from you soon. I just want to let everybody know too that if you don't find the Speak Pipe call-in on my page, you can go to www.speakpipe.com/hikerjames. And that's spelled HIKERJAMZ. And that'll bring up the little message there, and you can just talk from that page. Alright, let's see what we can do next here. Well, I went out geocaching this weekend, and I have something I need to express to all the geocachers out there that, as probably some of you probably have done this before. I had my GPS loaded with some geocaches last year, and I decided that it's about time to go out and find them. So I drove probably 25 miles, and I get out of the car, turn my GPS on, and I start my hunt. Well, the first one was a DNF, so I got in the car and drove across town to the second one. The second one was a DNF, and I'm getting a little aggravated by now. So I get back in the car and I drive probably 3 miles south of town, and there's another DNF. Well, I'm getting more aggravated because I'm wasting all this time and not finding anything. So I went to the next one and found it. Alright, so anyway, to make the long story short, I went back home and I was going to look up the ones that I had on there and show DNF on them, that I couldn't find them, and the one was so obvious that it should have been there, but it wasn't. So I went to the page and searched for that geocache, and it wasn't on the page. So I went to the map and looked it up on the map and went to this town that I was at, and none of those DNFs that I found were on the map. Well, what had happened, they were archived and taken off sometime between last year and now. So if you've got any old coordinates on your GPS, before you go all the trouble and time to go look for them, look them up again. Make sure they're there. Make sure that people have been finding them. It does. I mean, if they showed that they were there and people were finding them a year ago, that doesn't mean they're going to be there this time. So that's a pretty good little hint to all the geocachers to make sure that they're actually there before you go out. Okay, and then another email that I'd received from Redbeard4570. Finally hit milestone number 600 with cache GC4ZWJ1, a hometown hero, Kansas. This turned into a Audiosin Hides Day, and this was find number 4. It was also a milestone for me, number 600. This is now on my best caches list. Well done in so many ways. A great way to remember and say thanks to local hero who went down fighting. Log was damp but signed it okay. One of my tag-along non-cacher friends spotted it before I did. And oh yes, she has and will remind of this for a long time to come. Thanks again for this special hide. Thanks for the cache. Signed log. Took nothing, left nothing. So there you go. We've had one voice message and we've had one email. And it's simple, it's easy to do, and we're waiting for others to give us the information and finds all the adventures and stories and puzzle caches and whatever it is that you want to talk about that's related to geocaching. Just help us out there and send us that, and I'll tell you once again here what the information I have is for an email. You want to send that email to radiotalkshow2013@gmail.com. And also, if you're sending a voice message, go to my website at hikerjamestalkshow.com, and in the middle right hand side of the page you'll see a tab that says send message. Just click on that and go follow the prompts, and it will direct you to how to make a recording and send it. It's only 90 seconds long, but if you talk for 90 seconds you'll say more than what you think you can. If you need more time than that, you can always go ahead and send that one and then resend another one to continue with your story. Also, you can go to speakpipe.com/hikerjames. That's spelled HIKERJAMZ. And the voice message to me will pop up, and you can start recording from there. Okay, let me see if we got any more information to pass out here. I might mention that also, if you have an event that you think would be interesting, you could send that to me, and as long as you get it to me before the event, it would be a future event, and it would have to be after our next airing on the show, which I will be putting these out on each Sunday. And so if the event is past that next Sunday, you can go ahead and send that to me, and we'll read that or play your voice message as well. My webpage is hikerjamestalkshow.com, and if you want to check out what I have up there, there's a lot of things that I do some advertising on there for different places. One of them, the first advertisement you'll see on that list is cacheface.social. Now, a lot of you might know of cacheface.com, and this is the same owner and founder, and he has put together a bigger and better platform for social geocachers to hang out. And Cacheface is a social community. It's global geocaching that allows members to connect and share in their geocaching adventures. The Cacheface social network can be found at cacheface.social. So go up there and check that out. Join it and enjoy yourself. They have an awesome website now, and there's lots of things up there to do that we couldn't do before on cacheface.com. So I think they say that if you go to cacheface.com and it's not there, it might redirect you, but the best thing to do is just forget that one and go directly to cacheface.social. Sign up. You can use your same geocaching name and password that you had on geocaching.com, and that'll get you in there, and you just have to just sign up. And there are lots of friends and people up there that discuss their geocaching. They have videos. They have there's a chat, there's an event there. Like I said, there's videos. There's group pages where you can go and join different groups from the members, or you can create your own group. There's a forum section, album section, and members section. There's an invite where you can go and invite your friends to join along. It's just amazing how much difference there is in this new one. And I was going to read what Cacheface was all about here, so give me a second and I'll be with that. I'm trying to operate two different laptops plus the studio here, so it took me a little minute there to find where I needed to go, but it says new Cacheface. Cacheface is a changing to become more socially focused network for geocachers and geocaching groups. The new Cacheface platform has launched, and we are inviting you all to come over and join. Taking the best of the developments over the last 18 months and making them more socially connecting, the new Cacheface sees a return of the groups in a big way. Better timelines, better wall feeds, better ways of connecting with your friends and for making more friends, better photo albums and ways to share them with your friends, tagging friends in pictures, and so much more. Soon to launch on the new network is Cacheface Pages, allowing you to create pages for your geocaching businesses, create a directory for your business or pages, and more, all linked to your main account. Your membership is greatly valued, And as a geocacher myself, I created CacheFace to become a global connecting place for geocachers to come together, hang out, and share in their passion and make new friends along the way. The new CacheFace takes this to the next level and brings you a host of new features running on top of the range dedicated servers. Best of all, this is free to you and always will be. This is completely new platform. Given the way it works, you will need to create a new account, which will take all of 1 minute to do. From there you can customize your own space. Cacheface.social is the new home for CacheFace. It really is worth a look. Over the weekend, new signups will be ceasing on this platform. However, all existing members can continue logging in, but it is advised to take a look at the new platform, as you will get a greater social caching experience, and in the coming couple of weeks support will be stopped for the current platform. Once again, your membership is greatly valued, and it encourages more development of more features to create the best online social caching experience for you all. Remember, it takes a minute to sign up on the new platform, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Best regards and happy caching, Paul Suggs. So here you have the rundown on the new CacheFace website, cacheface.social. All right, we'll see you there, and tell all your friends and family to jump in there and sign up for it and discover the difference. If you've already been on cacheface.com, you will know that there are thousands of people around the world. I don't remember how many he said he had on the old cacheface.com, but there was a couple thousand people on there, and you can enjoy different photos from different parts of the country, different parts of the world, and who knows, you might see somebody on there that you might have met at an event or somewhere. So check it out and give it a try. Okay, on my Blog Talk Radio, I want to bring up too that it is still going well. I do that on Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern New York time, and you can find that episode at blogtalkradio.com/hikerjames, and that also spelled HIKERJAMZ. All right, now I'm gonna run through a few other things here before we let this show go, because we've got about 17 minutes into it here, and I don't want to take up a lot of time for being the first show. But from after this, so we're trying to run it for 45 minutes, and hopefully we will get enough people to send a voice message or an email that we can actually absorb some of that time. Also, I might mention here that on my blogspotradio.com show that we had at one time given away some travel fleas from travelfleas.com. And travel fleas are little tags that you can order from travelfleas.com with your caching name on it, and various different colors that you can choose from. And what you do with those is you attach them to a travel bug. When you find one in a cache somewhere, you simply just attach it to that, and you record the miles of that travel bug as you turn it loose. Then you can track your travel bug fleas, travel fleas tag, and see how far it goes and where it is, how many miles it has on it according to the travel bug. So what we done on the other show was we had a giveaway of the travel fleas tags, and we're thinking also doing that here on this show on Spreaker.com. So we're going to come up with some kind of giveaway for this. So when we have a question, so what we did the last time, we had a question, and then whoever came up with the answers, we would, if they was correct, we would put them in numerical numbers, numerical form, I guess you'd call it. And everybody that sent in an email or a voicemail would get a number. Now, what happens is we have a generator to randomly pick numbers on the website. So if we had 25 people with the correct answer, we would range it from 1 to 25 and hit generate, and it would pick a winner. So we're going to try to figure out something to give away on this show, as well as we did the other show, and see how that works out. Also, a good friend of mine does some blogging on Open Blog from Open Caching North America. And this is a great way to express who you are and what you do. If you go to blog.opencaching.us, you'll find a page there where it says the abouts and the OC team, and you can get a hold of them and ask them if you want to, or ask them if you could do a blog with them, and they'd be happy to send you that information in the email with questions, and you just take and answer those questions and send it back. And he has a new blog each week there on blog.opencaching.us. Now, it's a good way to promote your little geocaching business or whatever you're doing. If you're doing vlogging, or if you're doing blogging, or if you're like me into the radio shows or whatever, if you want to advertise that on the blog, just get a hold of them, and they'll contact you about that. So we hope to see somebody from this show. Let them know Hiker James sent you, and he'll be happy that he's still being advertised out there on our show. You can also find me on Twitter if you go to twitter.com/hikerjames, and you can send me a little message off of that. Now, we also have some recording off of the telephone. If you would like to call on the telephone and record a message with me to put on the show, what you would have to do there is contact me through my email at radiotalkshow2013@gmail.com, and we can set up a time to where I would be able to answer the phone and have a chat with you there. A lot of people want to do that on Skype, because Skype is worldwide. If you have a Skype account, my Skype account name is Hiker James. HIKERJAMZ. And just about everything I have has got Hiker James in it. And so if you contact me during the email that you want to chat on Skype and have that recorded, you let me know so I know when to be on there. Send me your Skype name, and so I can put it in there and be able to talk with you on Skype. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, this is the first show that we've done, and I know there's not a whole lot of activity going on right now, but give it time. I give it time to let people get back with me and let me know something of what's going on in their outdoor adventures of geocaching. So for now, we're going to go ahead and end this show, and we've been on here probably about 30 minutes, I'd say, by the time we got the intro and everything put together. So like I said, this is a pre-recorded show, so it takes a little time to make it. But one thing about it, I can cover my mistakes. It's not like going live. Blog Talk Radio / Hiker James is live, but then you can hear it also in archive. And if you go to that blogtalkradio.com / Hiker James, you can search for the archives and listen to any of those episodes. I think it's on, what is it? 67, I think it is the last show we did yesterday, Saturday, the 25th, 21st. Yeah, 21st. So it's interesting there. We have call-ins, and people call in and chat with us, tell us what they're doing, where they're at, and see if they got any stories or adventures there. But this one here is, like I said, is going to be called Hiker James After Cache. It's the aftermath of geocache, and whatever stories you have that's exciting to you, let's make it exciting to everybody else out there. So, all right, now we're gonna go ahead and call it a day on this show, and hope to hear from someone before next week so we can put theirs on the air. And we'd like to have the emails and voice messages in by 10 o'clock Eastern New York time on a Friday, 10 p.m. Friday Eastern New York time. So wherever you are, check that time zone and see how much time you have to get that in. Like I said, we have to put it together and upload it and everything. So I could do a live show, but it's awful hard to do a live show when there's nobody else there to talk to. I tried that on the other show, and it's awful hard to talk for an hour. Talk to the wall and make sense for a whole hour. But this one, like I said, if I get to stuttering out a lot and like that, and stuff like that, I can go back and change that. So I hope this sounds fairly decent to everybody out there that's listening, and we will see you again next week on Hiker James After Cache. Okay, so that wrapped it up. How about it, kids out there? You find this a very family-friendly radio show? See everybody next week.